I don't like the sniff. Ugh. It's, if I judge this just by what I could smell, I will throw this away. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kiki. Some like to call me the fragrance goddess, and I'm so excited to be here today because this is my very first fragrance review video ever on YouTube. And if I fumble things up or mispronounce words, please be easy on me, okay? Anyways, the fragrance I picked today to start off this journey is none other than Ghaid by Asdaaf. Y'all, look at the bottle. Just look at this gorgeousness. I'm gonna give it a little twirl. There we go. I hope it's focused. Okay, Asdaaf is a Middle Eastern niche brand. Niche is a company that focuses on just making a product, and in this case, fragrances. So Asdaaf made what I would call a very intricately designed and interesting fragrance with this one. Now, I'm not just talking about the bottle. I'm talking about the content, the mix that makes up this fragrance. Now, why am I making this beyond the fact that it's the first time is I just came back and I got so many compliments on this fragrance. Now, let's start taking a step back to explain the interesting nature of this fragrance. When I got it and I opened it, for me, it opens up in a very chemical-like, I don't want to call it scent, but smell, right? Very, if you're Nigerian, you know of what the Raid mosquito spray. That's what I got when I just opened this up. I'm like, oh God, no. But this is one that you need to just be patient with. And patience, not for a long period of time, but patience just a little bit, few minutes. So first spray, like I said, or first smell comes up very almost medicinal, chemical-like. But then in a few minutes, you're getting like a burst of oriental gorgeousness. I'm talking about, I'm smelling, herbs and spices. We're talking about, I can literally smell the cinnamon coming out of it. I can smell the patchouli. I have it on my hand as well. And I'm going to spray it again. I can smell, some woodiness, almost like pine wood. There, let me spray this off. Definitely patchouli, definitely some cinnamon. And then, now I'm trying to remember how it was for me when I just sprayed this. Yes. And then it started flowing to like a flow of floral delight, I'm getting some gardenia. Ooh. I'm getting some gardenia. Definitely, I'm confusing this between gardenia or jasmine. I can get out of this too. Okay. Definitely some pepper, like pepper berries. That's what I can get out of this. Oof. But you see, that's what I'm trying to say. First things first is that this fragrance just can almost mislead you into hating it at first sniff. But at the minute you just allow it to settle, you're getting a burst of, oriental scents and also very exotic woody notes coming out of this. And they conflate to provide this makeup of a fragrance. Ooh. And now it's gently settling into something very soft. And I'll tell you this, because when I sprayed it, I was getting soft. Like when it settled, I was getting soft. It's like, why is this feeling very soft and almost sensual-like? And then I typed out, what does, Ghaid mean? And it actually is Arabic for soft, feminine. So if there are any Middle Easterners listening to this or watching this, please correct me if I'm wrong. And so this fragrance really, connotes the meaning of the name. It ties to it. Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, it's so soft. It's not sweet, but very feminine, like something you can wear because you're feeling very girly. Now, like I said, the fragrance starts off intense, but then it quickly, disseminates, spreads out into the different notes that makes it up. It starts off with the very herbal delight part of things, and then it moves into the spicy notes, and then it goes down to floral. So definitely, I can mention cinnamon. I can smell that. I can smell some patchouli. I can smell some gardenia, some jasmine, woody notes there. I don't know if I'm getting nutmeg here, but yeah, it just mixes it up and then just comes down soft, almost powdery. I'm not a fan of powdery fragrances, but this just does it right. And also another reason why I love this is it has a representation that is different from the typical Middle Eastern scent that has a pouring of oud. I love oud, but I think that this is well done, where a Middle Eastern fragrance just steps out of the comfort zone into something very different. So yeah, that's what I can get out of this. And now, like I said, I got lots of compliments. Oh, I must mention to you about the sillage and projection. Sillage, obviously, which is the trail. Now, I would say the sillage of this is quite minimal. If I was giving it out of 5, I would say maybe 2. That's because I didn't really feel like it left a note when I was around the room. Like, I don't see you wearing this in a large space and getting the notice that you might want to desire. No. However, the projection, and correct me here if I'm wrong, the projection here is just phenomenal. Why so is because, like I said, I just got back, but when I was out in LA weather, which was about, in the mid 70s today, I was out about, doing things and all of that. So when I got into a room with a lady, she goes, "Oh my gosh, what are you wearing?" And, I was thinking about it for a second because I couldn't smell anything on myself anymore. She's like, "No, seriously, what are you wearing? It smells so good." I'm like, "Oh, this was the only thing I had on." So, I told her that. I thought, okay, it was maybe a sheer coincidence. But when I got into the elevator, a couple other people also mentioned the same thing to me. I'm like, oh, okay, fantastic. So with this fragrance, it doesn't perform great in terms of the trail, especially when you're in a large setting. So definitely I don't see you wearing this at nighttime going out. It doesn't have that much impact. But if you're in an intimate setting, where you want to, just feel confident, but at the same time very feminine and very sensual and very pretty, this is a fragrance that you should wear. Definitely not beast mode fragrance, obviously, but a fragrance that has an impression. It creates an impression. This is this fragrance. It's gorgeous. I love the bottle. Actually, what made me get this is just because of the bottle. It looked beautiful. I mean, what's your take on this? It's so gorgeously, presented. So that's why I got this. Another interesting thing to me is I haven't seen any review anywhere on this video on YouTube. Permit me if I missed any video that is out, but as at today being March 19th, I haven't seen any video of this on YouTube, and this is March 19, 2022. I haven't seen any video on this. I tried looking on Fragrantica, nothing at all. And that's almost why I may be struggling with what I'm getting out of there in terms of the notes, but I can definitely say that I can get those oriental, floral, woody, conflation of scents added into this. I'm very certain about that, but which in particular, I just maybe misspoke or I'm wrong about it, but who knows. Correct me if you have this and tell me if I'm right on track with that, because like I said, Fragrantica, which obviously the #1 experts in the whole world on fragrances, do not have this listed. I haven't seen any videos on this, and even on the postings on the websites of the sellers, you're not going to see anything. It's so weird. That brings me to ask the question, those who live in the UAE or in the Middle Eastern countries, please tell me, I hope I'm not overhyping this fragrance because I don't want to be embarrassed. Is this one of those fragrances that you all know about? Or is this, I hope this is not a gas station fragrance, because I've heard how y'all ripped off some people who, reviewed some really lovely smelling fragrances, and y'all were like, no, those are gas stations. We don't even recognize them or regard them and all of that. So please tell me if I'm wrong with this, but I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. It's quite intense at the opening, but then it just settles into something very soft, very sensual, very ladylike, very feminine. I don't see a man wearing this, but who am I to tell you what to wear and what not to wear? I think that this is a fragrance you can wear in any season. I mean, it's springtime now. The sun is shining in LA. I wore it out and about. I got more about compliments. I didn't see anyone looking at me in any weird way. Actually, I went to the, okay, I'm not going to tell you where I went to. But, it was also in an intimate setting as well. And, the conversations weren't great. I didn't get anyone who seemed rebuffed or, feeling weirded out by my presence. Great fragrance. This is the box. This is what it looks like. And bottled again, which I think is great. I don't like the sniff. Ugh. If I judge this just by what I could smell, I would throw this away. This is one I would definitely have. One I would wear, on occasions where I just want to feel very girly. And it's nice that I'm matching. Coincidental. I didn't intend for this to happen. All right, here we go. My very first fragrance. And I'm going to put links to sites where I've seen them sell this. I got this for about less than $30 for a 100 ml bottle, which is a good price for a Middle Eastern fragrance. Again, tell me if I'm wrong with how I've seen this or what I think about this. And yeah, my very first fragrance review video on YouTube. I'm so excited to start off this journey with you all. Yeah, it's my review about Ghaid by Asdaaf. And stick around. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let me know if there are any fragrances or perfumes you would like for me to review. Until next time, ciao.